Hi Leute und willkommen zurück zu Honkai Star Rail. Wir machen weiter mit der 3.0 Story. Sind beim letzten Mal in der Stadt angekommen, die angegriffen wird, obwohl die sicher sein sollte.
Let's save some time.
What a mess. Yes, Treby acted with haste. This is Marmorial Market, the most important residential and living area in the Holy City. Pushing through by force would undoubtedly result in needless casualties. But now our backup is here.
Lord Finon, and the two guests. Welcome to Akama.
When I heard your footsteps, I thought death was already writing my final chapter before my heroic journey had even begun.
Ne, die Göttin des Todes.
Miss Castorus?
An abrupt ending to an epic that has barely begun might also amaze the people. But today, Lord Finon, Akama needs you.
Well, if the mortician of the Holy City says I'm needed, then it sounds like I'm gonna live through this mess.
Well, that isn't for me to decide. All I can do is clear the obstacles and guide you to the place of Nikator's descent. Dear guests, if you would, I'd like you to please follow me, and kindly keep 5 paces distance. In the face of death, strife will also cause hesitation to arise. I am the shadow of death. There are also some enemies who are difficult to subdue by presence alone.
The scent of blood. Are you an attendant of the Hand of Shadow?
No, I'm nobody's attendant.
You can try to avoid and hide it. But you obviously came from the world of the dead. Akama. Chrysos heirs. What cowards. We live by loyalty and glory, while you live by weakness and deceit.
I'm so glad that you're not my history teacher. How much can we trust the words of someone who has sunk so deep into madness? However, if you're standing here out of loyalty and glory, then I shall draw my blade and grant you a warrior's end.
Come to arms.
Nice job!
Dreams do come true. Never hesitate!
Yeah!
Too slow. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Oh, I get it! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this!
The fearless knows not fear. I won't do. Let's improvise. Let the show begin.
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Yes!
As you wish.
Lady Aglaya once said that your time is extremely valuable and shouldn't be wasted on unnecessary. I have the power to lay them to rest.
I was about to say the same. It's pointless to waste your strength on these pawns. Let's go. It's time to face strife.
Once there, you must turn into birds and fly toward the final battlefield.
Miss Castorus, why aren't you...
I must stay here and ensure that these soldiers do not destroy the city. Although faith is more important to the vast majority, there are still quite a number of citizens who care more about their worldly possessions.
I understand.
There is no need for worry. The citizens have already been evacuated, and the only living things in the vicinity, as Lady Aglaya instructed, no civilians will be affected by this.
Do excuse my impropriety. Well then, I'll see you later, Miss Castros.
Then, could you all quietly leave?
Na das? Ich dachte, sie zeigt jetzt, wie wir alle tot umfallen.
Memorial Palace, the Lance of Fury, Nicanor. They're all there in the distance. That battle cry once crushed all in its path. It knocked down foes and allies alike, leaving people as fragile as reeds in a gale. My limbs trembled uncontrollably as my weapon clattered to the ground. I could hear nothing but the frenzied and shameful beating of fear. This is you two. If you wish to retreat.
Dann kämpft ja keiner.
Looks like the both of you.
Ich habe dich noch keinen erledigen sehen.
Trailblazing? What an interesting concept. Surely on your worlds there must also be a titan which is revered by the masses. But there's no need to further confirm your resolve. We shall soon cross swords with the embodiment of strife. And let's get going. Stand with me and become heroes!
Also er hat zum Anfang nur so ein paar uns kurz gerettet in der Cutscene, danach hat er noch nichts gemacht. Aber quatscht hier. Ja, wir können uns wieder durch die Gegend schießen. Wir müssen aber erst puzzeln.
Deathly silence is the proud resonance of Nicanor's war drums. Behind this watery veil awaits the arena of conflict.
Blossoms and divine sword
Please stay tuned.
Stay strong. Recall your convictions and everything you hold dear. If you can't do that, then think of death. For doing... Careful! They look different from what I remember.
Nein. Okay. Unterstützung.
So, more distorted?
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
Too slow.
Ne, ihr habt auch Armor. Wir müssen jetzt sie mal hitten. Und die Armor weggeht.
Fangs and claws got dull. Still the same old.
I could take 10 of you.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Never hesitate! Chop!
Yeah!
Too slow.
Awesome!
Cast aside all distracting thoughts. To me, I shall withstand their wrath. Even gods can bleed. I shall
is not the true Nikador, just one of his many godly forms. The core flame isn't here.
New allies of Okima, welcome to Amphorius. While this welcome banquet is far from elegant, it has helped to remove any misgivings that we had. From this moment forth, you shall be treated as distinguished guests of the Holy City and of the Chrysos as... Curious about my eyesight? Well, I'm not blind. On the contrary, I can see much more than the typical person. Those with golden blood always have something extraordinary about them. For me, it's perception. I don't need light to measure the world. The wind carries messages along golden threads, delivering countless sensations to my fingertips. Just like how at this present moment, the virtues possessed by the both of you have turned into a warm current that pleases my skin.
A manifestation of Nikador. Could it be that my trial has not arrived yet?
By following the threads of fate, you have begun to write the opening chapter of your story. How do you feel?
Well, truth be told, I don't feel any different. I anticipated a greater challenge. When Trian followed those escaped soldiers, was that part of the plan too?
Naturally. We have long foreseen this attack and didn't intend to waste such a golden opportunity. After Nikador succumbed to madness, their fortress disappeared into the fog, with no one being able to ascertain its location anymore. However, now that they have acted out of character, then the Holy City shall also uncover their hiding place and sound the horn of retaliation.
What an intricate plan indeed. I gave my word that after the situation stabilized, I would reveal all about Amphorius to our allies. However, given that Okima has just barely survived a calamity, and there are still many shaken citizens who need comfort, Aglaya, would you mind taking care of?
Distinguished guests, since you have spared no effort in aiding the Holy City, I will naturally take care of you as well. I've woven many unforeseen events into the tapestry of fate. This is but one instance.
You two can find me at Marmorial Market after you've grown tired of listening to her tales. In any case, I owe you my hospitality.
Now then, where should we begin?
Ich schuldet mir einen Zug und einen Speer.
Beacon of the Trailblaze. No problem. Go ahead. What an interesting way to mark the start of your journey. I grow more and more curious about your cause. But please, let me first properly extend my hospitality to you. The conversation we must have will likely be quite lengthy, so why don't we go somewhere more suitable for that?
Okay. Mhm.
We're here at Marmoreal Palace, Archima's public baths. Normally, this place would be much livelier. This is a good place for our chat. Both of you are new here, so it's only natural to be confused about the prophecy, titans, and Chrysos heirs that have been mentioned in passing. But I'd like you to learn about Amphorius' history before I tell you more. The bath sprites are excited to begin. This bath contains spirit water that has been blessed by the Ocean Titan. It can guide you back into the distant past. Go ahead, step in, and listen to what the comforting ripples have to say. If it'll make you feel better, I can avert my gaze. Quiet your thoughts. Feelings are far more honest than words and can better satisfy your curiosity. Close your eyes and feel the warm ripples of water embrace you. Feel the delivery of this account from the seas. The spirit water shall show you Amphorius' distant and recent past.
Before everything began, the world was in chaos. 3 gods conceived space, time, and laws, laying down the cornerstones of life for all beings. 3 more gods formed the skies, the earth, and the ocean, creating a nursery for the seedlings of life to mature. Then came Kefali, throne of worlds, and the father of all people. They walked the face of the earth, delighted by the creations of their fellow gods, though also lamenting at the bare solitude of the gods. And so, they made clay figures in their likeness, and allowed their golden blood to course through these creations. The wise Circes soon came forth and peeled open fruits from a flowering tree, granting reason to these clay beings, allowing them to learn and reflect. Curiosity propelled the dignified Nestia to confer upon them an eye for beauty and a desire for love, teaching them to revere their beauty. With that, the first humans were born. In this fleeting golden age, all forms of life thrived and civilizations sprouted one after the other. Disasters and suffering were unheard of in this world. Landforms did not erode with time, nor did humans age or die. Not until the 3 calamities fell upon the world: trickery, strife, and death. Their descent burst open the short period of prosperity, as though it were nothing more than a dewdrop. The black tide swallowed the world whole, inundating it in blood. Fear permeated every corner of the world like a plague, inebriating mankind far more easily than ambrosia would. Mortals took up arms against one another, waging war in the name of the gods, marking the beginning of a tumultuous age. The wrath of the gods enveloped the earth and hid the firmament in shadows, ensnaring every living being. The divine war only led to one outcome: a shattered world on its death march toward destruction.
Is something wrong? This sprite is only halfway through the story, but I seem to be detecting some distress and unease. I see. Perhaps the words are too cryptic for you. That's why you find it difficult to understand. That's fine. We can try a different approach. You'll be glad to know that bath sprites have mastered the art of catering to the needs of others. Take my suggestion, bath sprites. Please narrate the story in a style that this...
Okie doke. Make yourself comfortable. Time for a history class. Hey! No butting in! Class Amphorius started off as a ball. The 3 Fate Titans wrote laws to govern the world. Another 3 Foundation Titans created the Earth. But 3 back, so that everyone fought for a really, really long time, disturbing and hurting all. The tripartite prophecy says there is only one way to stop this war. Assemble a band of heroes powerful enough to take on the 12 Titans and reignite their core flames. Only then will their divine wrath abate and peace return to the world.
Ja, das wollten wir doch wissen.
We know this band of heroes by a certain name. Any guesses? That's right! The Chrysos Heirs! So, here's the takeaway. Eat well and train well, so you can grow up into a powerful hero and do your part for Amph...
Is something else wrong? Is that so? Looks like you're a bit hard to please. Trusting? I suppose the things that are common knowledge to us are just a garbled mess to you. If we want to straighten out the threads of this world... I seem to hear a note of pity in that question. Perhaps you find us to be weak and defenseless. Rough patch. That's a mild way to... We can move on to the problem at hand, now that both of you have some understanding of Amphorius' history. Come with me.
Let's save some time.
Please, give me a moment.
Wehe, du machst jetzt auch einen Spruch. Drück
The
einfach
way
auf den
up from
Schalter.
here leads to a bath that the council granted exclusively to the Chrysos heirs. I'm willing to make an exception, considering your guests from beyond the sky. But if I were to bring both of you in at once, I'd be blatantly disrespecting our traditions. You have a very considerate partner.
Ich dachte, sie stellt sich jetzt an den Kristall und macht irgendwie einen Zauberspruch, damit der Fahrstuhl hochfährt.
Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable, then close your eyes.
Krieg ich noch einen Badeanzug oder muss ich mich jetzt nass machen?
I won't force you, but people hope to regard one another with bare honesty when they enter a bath. Are you willing?
Wo ist wieder der Nein-Knopf? Hallo? Random Leuten einfach
Thank you. You can also move a little to your left. The water is warmer there. You don't trust me?
Nein. Leute, die behaupten, die haben goldenes Blut. Nee. Mann. Die hat ins Wasser gepinkelt, damit es wärmer wird.
Now place your left hand onto the bench. Lift up your arm with your palm facing forward and part your fingers slightly. Yes, you're doing great. All right. It's about time I formally introduce myself. I am Aglaya the Gold Weaver, Dressmaster of Akima, and one of the Chrysos heirs of Amphorius. The trust placed in me is how I came to lead the Chrysos heirs in our mission today. My duty may be to weave lavish robes, but I most enjoy coming to these baths in my personal time. Garments are shields, after all, hiding both our bodies and what we truly think. This place, though, is where we can drop our cloaks of pretense. For the waters shall bring us closer together. You can open your eyes now. Look, we are joined together now. Trap? Hardly. Think of it as a ritual that allows us to communicate. The golden threads of Nestia entwine us, capable of sensing even the slightest quiver. We are bound to speak the truth to each other this way. You will learn the truth about this world from me, and in return, I ask for you to promise me something. Fulfill this pact between us, and you can expect your journey on Amphorius to be free of troubles.
Nein, wird's nicht.
Did you feel that? The golden threads are rippling. They reveal the distrust you still have for Akima, and I take it upon myself to dispel these concerns. You learned the legends of Amphorius from those bath sprites a while ago, but that was a sanitized version that spared you from the harsh and bitter realities of our history. The pantheon of titans that once ruled our world has become the very affliction that eats away at Amphorius. An unfathomable power changed something within most of these titans, inducing their rage and madness.
Ja, das war wahrscheinlich ein Stellaron.
Into eternal night, the black tide engulfing our world. Akima is now the only city to still receive light, and we owe it to Kefali's protection. The Chrysos heirs gathered here are Amphorius's only hope. People hail us as heroes, as protectors, and as deliverers. They are counting on us to vanquish the Titans, reclaim their core flames, topple them from their thrones, and take their authority for ourselves. It is only upon reclaiming all core flames that the miracle of Genesis can reveal itself, granting a new lease on life to this broken world. This is Amphorius's flame-chased journey. A band of heroes dedicated to slaying the gods and reclaiming the 12 core flames for the world to start over anew. With the end times before us, we are expected to lead all of our people toward the summit. Akima needs as many allies as possible to aid us in the upcoming battles. The two of you may be just the reinforcements that the Chrysos heirs have been waiting for. If I'm putting my hopes in the wrong place, so be it. But for Amphorius, I am willing to take the chance. I have laid my heart bare. And in return, I just want you to make a single promise.
Ich versuche ganz hart, ganz negativ zu sein, aber das Spiel lässt mich einfach nicht. Frech.
Promise me to never tell the people of Akima about the worlds beyond the sky, no matter what may happen. Akima is approaching its end. I do not wish to give my people false hope. Not when we've been badly scarred by it before. Can you promise me that? Thank you. The agreement between us is now complete. I apologize if this ritual upset you, but I hope you understand. I had no other choice. As much as I am interested to hear your story, I'm afraid I've already taken up too much of your time. Mr. Dunhung's worrying has created ripples in the water. Why don't the both of you tour our holy city? See how our people make ends meet in this difficult time. I will have your welcome gifts ready later today.
Okay. Bis jetzt haben wir dann nur das Stück. Gehen wir runter. Dann machen wir hierbei dann im nächsten Part weiter. Bis dahin. Ciao, Leute.